Hello, and to the why can I not talk? I was wanting to make a little quick video on construction working since I'm about to be going to work. I wanted to clear up a few things about construction men. First and foremost, I have for once never catcalled. I'm a construction worker that's been working for a year or so, going on my second year. I've never catcalled. Now, I'll tell my girlfriends, hey, you look sexy and, like that, but I don't go looking at it, hi, I like your tits. Thank you very much. And then just walk off. No. Now, I will admit, we do sometimes look. We just like to admire. We don't look very long. I will admit there are some of us that do look very long. But that's the same about the world. There are different people all around the world. Like there are different construction workers all around the world. But to be honest, I've never personally seen a construction worker catcall except in cartoons. That's the only time I've ever seen a construction worker catcall. Now I'm not saying it's never happened. I'm just saying as far as around me and personally myself, I've never catcalled. Also, another thing, we cuss a lot. I think people need to face that fact that we cuss a lot. I understand that, in hospitals don't cuss because there are children. Or honestly, people who don't need to hear that. People who can't handle that kind of language. But I hate it when we're in an office where there are grown adults that the slightest thing just be like, no, don't do this. I don't want you to do this. It makes too much noise. The sooner you let me do this, the sooner I get to go out. The louder the thing is, the quicker I get to leave. That means y'all guys are making it worse on yourselves, sort of, and worse on us. By the way, we do have good manners. There's actually a good bit of us that have very good manners. Every time that a group of us goes into if we're not in a hurry, we're gonna go in the bathroom. We're gonna wash up because we know we're nasty. We know. That's another thing. We know that we're nasty. We understand that we're nasty. We can't do nothing about it till the end of the day because really, we can't go home until sometimes it's 12 o'clock at night. And then the next day we gotta get right back at it. Which also why I'm probably gonna stop doing that. I think I might be something struggling because honestly, like I said, I'm autistic. I can't. It's very stressful. I mean, yes, I can get through it. But as far as my schedule goes, I have no free time to do whatsoever. Oh, yeah, and also, no, I'm going to stay on topic with this. I'm going to stay on topic. Next video is going to be drawings. I did it before on my last video, or on my last channel, so I think I should redo it. Also, another thing, we do not retaliate quite as well as other people because simply we're working all day. We're already dealing with somebody. That's just it. What would be the polite word to say what I'm really wanting to say that people are in construction? Because I'll be honest to you, we're all kind of like a bunch of big, I'm just gonna say a-hole. That's really as close as I can get without saying it. Because I'll tell you something, we're all having one objective throughout the day: getting what we're told done, or we're fired. Now, I'm not saying that's like every construction company. I'm saying That's our motive, is to get the job done. And we get really upset if something's in our way, just kind of like how y'all guys can't handle noise, we can't handle something being in our way. But also, not all of us do drugs. And I understand why some do it, because construction companies, what happens is that we are overworked in the construction world. We are way overworked every day. Every day we're going through and going through and going through, job after job, but never really stopping to sleep. So some of us have to use stuff like cocaine. Now, I'm not saying at all that I condone drugs at all. I'm saying that I understand why people do drugs in construction zones. I don't agree with it. I think it's a terrible thing to do to your body, and I think you can naturally work your body up to do it. To be honest, I'm pretty fit. I'm pretty energetic. I've got a lot of energy. I'm working 3 shifts and I'm pretty healthy. I don't think I can handle 3 shifts anymore. But also, don't ever leave enough for a construction worker. Because if we can find one way to find you and sue you, trust me when I say this. One thing you need to know about construction workers, we are very smart. We have taken time in our practice and in a lot of laws. We know a lot of laws. That's another thing. If you're in traffic and you think that we're not going to tell on you, you're dreaming, because literally state patrolmen stop by our place to say do better. They say we're the professionals. You can't hold that against somebody. If there is a construction worker that's doing a crappy job at driving, please do report that truck driver. Or, roll off truck, or, service vehicle or something. But also before you call, think. Are they going fast for a reason? What time is it? If it's time of early in the morning, or if it's 12 o'clock, they're needing to get their job done. They're needing to go. We go at the lowest I think that a construction worker needs to go on freeway is usually 60. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say where. I'm not going to say how. I'm just going to say construction workers go very, very fast. But also, here's another thing. If we tell you to get out of the way, it means that you need to get out of the way. There is no need to be, why is this person that I don't work for, why is this person who's in construction telling me what to do? I'm just a person. Now, I'm not saying all of you are like that. I'm not saying that at all. In fact, all these situations, I'm not saying that's everybody. Because I will tell you, there have been some very nice people that I've met in construction, as far as regular people and construction working people. I say regular people not because we're different. I say regular people because what regular person wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning? Besides, well, actually, no, that ain't a normal person. That's, bodybuilders and, fitness people. Besides fitness people and construction working people, I don't really know many people who wake up 4 o'clock in the morning just because they want to. Maybe to watch a TV show. But anyways, this is going to be something for if you're weighing in construction. Don't argue with somebody who's got red tape. Don't argue, because you know what? That means danger. I don't care if it's in Spanish or English, or if they're speaking in Spanish or English. They're saying don't go past that red line. Don't go past that red line. For the love of God, don't. Because what I do is concrete cutting. I want you to look up there. Don't mind the crack. That's going to be fixed. Probably repaint all that. But imagine there's just, some sort of blade you're starting to see a blade sort of materialize down. And the next thing you know, bam, you're dead. Because a concrete core done hit your head. Because you didn't listen to that guy saying, hey, get out of that red tape. Get out of there. Don't go in there. Don't go in there. Don't do that. And trust me, a hard hat don't do jack. That's a piece of plastic going up against how I'll add it up, but usually a core, let's say a 35-pound core, I would have to say it would roughly raise up to, well, it'd be almost around 100 pounds if it's about 20 feet in the air, I think. I don't know how the math works. I'll have my friend do the math for me because he's a genius. And I just do not do math off the top of my head, and I don't feel like filming me pulling out a calculator and then figuring out how to find another device to look it up and do all that. No. Imagine any size core, even the little ones, even ones about that big. No, roughly around this. No, that's probably about an inch core. That can still hurt your shoulder. That can still hit you here. Well, if you're looking up, bam, nose. You just done got hit in the face. And you're looking down real quick to move out of the way. Bam, done hit you in the neck. Alright, and also you could have a wire, you could have vents fall on you, nearly anything. Concrete slab. Oh, I'm not gonna say the company. I'm not going to say the person, but this person, this company is going to know exactly what I'm talking about. And if they don't want people to know, they don't want to say who they are. But a friend of mine was talking to us, and they said in his company there's this new corpsman. And what this corpsman did, oh my god. I'm going to explain how anchors work. I'm going to explain how anchors work real quick. Anchor, basically, I wouldn't take like a sheetrock wall, but it would be, imagine that's concrete, okay? And you're taking a drill that can go through concrete, which we all call a hammer drill. Let me check time, okay. Let me wrap this up real quick. But anyways, you go and you put it in the wall after you drill the hole that was a little bit bigger, I would have to say, than the anchor. And then you would take this little tool that, looks like a chisel, but it's got a peg at the end of it. You're going to put that peg in to the anchor, and then you take probably like a 3-pound or a 5-pound hammer, and then you hammer that peg down into the anchor, and what that'll do is there's a little slug in there that expands it, and then it's locked. Well, that's the whole whatever's connected to that all thread or whatever. All thread's basically, think of a screw. For all y'all who don't know what all thread is, think of a screw, only there's not a top to put a tool on. I mean, yeah, you can put bolts on it. But anyways, this man decided, you know what? I don't need to do that step. I don't need a hammer in. And when my friend, or my dad's friend, I should say, went and asked, dude, why didn't you set the anchor? He said, I wanted to pull it out at the end. You know what's going to happen to whatever he puts on that, which is probably roughly a 100-something pound machine, or a close to 100-pound machine on a wall. You tell me how that's gonna go. I don't think any of y'all need to be construction to think of what does a little tiny peg hold when it's that big. When it's not set. I'm gonna tell you it's jack shit. Anyways, that's all I've got. I gotta get to work. I'm running late because of y'all.